So whatever this comfortable seat means for you, it could be sitting up on the edge of a pillow if you need to. It can be sitting with your back tall against a wall. Most important, and throughout this practice, you'll find in these various postures, just to keep the spine very long and tall. You can shut down the eyes for this opening sequence. Let's join the hands together in prayer pose in front of the heart, Anjali Mudra. Allowing the breath to center, passing in and out through the nose without your conscious direction. Yet allowing the witnessing mind or consciousness to watch the processes happening right in front of you. The hands in Anjali Mudra reflect the way that energy is ideally flowing in the body, which is heart energy joins, masculine and feminine sides joining together, and it begins to rise, symbolized by fingers pointing upward. And we keep offering every feeling that we have up to a greater sense of awareness, a greater consciousness. Let your muscles relax, the whole body gets soft. For those of us who have been practicing for many, many years, we may have a greater sense of internal awareness in the body. For those of us new to the practice, a very important step in your yoga journey is becoming more aware of the internal environment, the inner climate of your body, and the way that it reflects the level of consciousness that you are resting at. You can free the hands down away from the heart at any time and let them sit face up on the lap. And let's begin with just a brief demonstration of the 3 levels of consciousness that we can readily access at any time. So everybody, even with eyes closed, look down towards the earth. Just keep looking down. You're still sitting tall in your spine. And get a sense of what it feels like when the eyes are directed towards the floor. Let's lift the gaze now right to the horizon. So you're looking straight forward, even behind closed eyes. Perhaps a little bit more of a wakefulness in the consciousness. We're rising to greet the moment. And the last is to look slightly upward and very far out beyond the point between the 2 eyebrows. And this is where we connect to a greater sense of reality, a more expanded sense of consciousness. So shift the eyes down again and show for yourself through direct inner experience. Looking down is the subconscious mind. This is the mind at work that is automatic, replaying programs from past experiences. Lift the gaze right to the horizon point, and we find full conscious presence. And this is the presence that we're aspiring to in our practice, at least to be wakeful. And as we move through progressive relaxation, draw the inner gaze up to the point between the 2 eyebrows without strain and look up and out. And this is super conscious perception. The seat of intuition at Agya Chakra, point between the 2 eyebrows. We'll do this one more time before we shift into our practice. Center all the awareness down towards the ground. And feel there's almost a sense of inertia in the subconscious mind. It moves so very slow. This is also the consciousness associated with sleep. So you might feel a sense of heaviness, downward pulling, sleep-like state, and then lift your awareness at least to the horizon point. And this is daytime consciousness. This is a fullness of awareness, what's happening right in front of you. You're greeting the world with presence. And finally, rising up to the point between the two eyebrows, look upward and outward towards the distance in a relaxed way. This is super conscious activity in the mind. You're stimulating the prefrontal cortex in the brain. This is how we connect to a greater sense of reality beyond this tiny little bubble of our body. This is where we access higher states of awareness, like intuition, like love, peace, joy, and wisdom. So as we practice this evening, as often as possible, keep your awareness centered right at the point between the two eyebrows. Should not cause strain, but it's just a gentle lift. You can relax the managerial mind, the organizational mind, and your only responsibility from this point forward in the class is to relax and enjoy the natural unfoldment that happens before your very awareness. We do not have to strive to become relaxed. Relaxation is the natural state. Expanded awareness, even cosmic consciousness, these are the natural resting states beneath the restlessness of the heart and the mind. Let's take a few centering breaths. We'll in, tilt together, and extend the arms out and reach them up overhead. Nice slow, steady movement here. Exhaling, softening hands down through the center line of the body. You can imagine that you are drawing all of your attention that may be connected to past or future events and sealing that sense of presence right here, anchoring into the body. Breathe first, then feel the movement inspired by the breath. In this way, the arms become very graceful and light. You move with the rhythm of your breath, tuning into that beautiful, unique melody. This movement is far from automatic. There's deep presence being cultivated in this moment as you watch what's happening right before the inner witness. Relax the muscles and let a sense of grace guide your practice. Just rest the palms, face up on the lap, inner gaze, upward turn. Notice how you feel. Be patient with the mind and the heart. They will slow down gradually throughout your practice. We'll have a prayer poem to take us deeper into our practice this evening. Adjust the feet as needed. This is a prayer poem from the book Whispers from Eternity by Paramahansa Yogananda, titled, O Divine Sculptor, Chisel Thou My Life. Every sound that I make, let it have the vibration of thy voice. Every thought that I think, let it be saturated with the consciousness of thy presence. Let every feeling that I have glow with thy love. Let every act of my will be impregnated with thy divine vitality. Let every thought, every expression, every ambition be ornamented by thee. O divine sculptor, chisel thou my life according to thy design. Allowing this guiding presence to deliver you in your practice this evening. When you're ready, you can slowly flutter the eyes open. We'll come out of our seat. We're going to come right down onto the back to begin our practice. Just softening down to the earth. You can hold on the backs of the thighs, knees coming in towards the chest. Take a moment here just to rock side to side in either direction. Good. Wiggle the toes, spiral the feet into the ankles, and soften hands to the knees so that you can begin to circle the knees out away from each other. Nice deep breath, softening the body. Moving in an intuitive fashion, liberating any need or desire to articulate different parts of the body. Reversing the direction as you see fit, slowing down the motion, relaxing the body, softening edges of the skin, taking a little vertical rocking with knees drawing up towards the chest and then down towards the bottom of your mat. When you're ready, you can connect feet down onto the ground, send arms reaching up overhead, and just wave the knees side to side as you rock heavy, leading with one knee all the way to the other side until it picks the opposite knee off the ground, and then rocking over in the other direction. Wiggle fingers, articulate wrists, stretch through hands, and allow the ribs to separate away from the hips as you take long, sweeping breath into the body. Close the eyes, internalize the awareness, and dive into the internal experience. Feeling into pranamaya kosha, the energetic body. Feeling sensations activating. Arms can go into wide, capital letter T if you'd like. Open muscles of the face by scrunching the nose, wrinkling the forehead. It's all very intuitive, moving in the way exactly as you need. Breathing and trusting the process. Some of us may lift the hips as we send arms up overhead, just peeking into a bridge pose, getting a little squeezing maybe of one of the glutes and then the other, squeezing into belly. And then you can lower the hips down. Let's sweep knees one more time up into the chest and just take a little rocking side to side until everything feels soft and sort of childlike, like you're a little baby rolling on your back. And that joy and the simplicity of being exactly as you are. Feel free to come into happy baby pose to really channel that childlike nature. Feet go halfway to the sky, knees are towards the shoulders. Remember, this is happy baby, not serious baby. So smile as you rock side to side and reconnect with childhood memories of a simple life where we trusted in every moment that we had exactly what we needed. Feeling that sense of grace, guiding your practice, trusting as you are. If you can join your feet together, reach your knees away from your shoulders, just to take a moment of breath, like you're coming to the surface of the water for fresh air, and then come back into happy baby and take a little more rocking here. Try rolling your lips a couple times, sort of rounding out in the jaw. Looking inward and upward, softening the body. When you're ready to come down from the pose, just very gently descending feet down onto the ground. We'll set for our first pose. So making sure you have pillows close by, we're going to lift the hips and slide our pillows underneath the base of the spine by the tailbone, and just soften yourself down onto that support system. Knees can come in towards the face here. And then when you're ready to, flip the palms up and out by your sides. And if it's comfortable, you may begin to extend legs higher up towards the sky. We just take a few moments to rock the feet up and down, feeling the little boundaries or thresholds in the physical body. Circle the feet and the ankles to liberate any sense of stagnancy in our feet and our legs. If you can free the hands up to the chest, you might just sort of take hands to the heart and rub on the chest a little here, even rub down into the belly region with pads of the fingers. And all paths lead back to a smile on the face. I promise you, no inquiry is worth it if it delivers you to being more serious, more controlling. Remembering the wise words of Jesus, be like children to enter the kingdom of heaven. Be thou like a child in your practice. And if you so choose, you can leave the feet up here for a few more moments, taking long, deep breaths. Some of us may even be curious to see what happens if we circle the feet. If we maybe practice little splits with the legs. So any desire that you have to move the body, now is the time to exercise that. Arms can go overhead. When you need to bend the knees, you can come back down and just sort of rest here in this inversion. Nice deep breathing for a few more moments. If you can soften the hands, you might come to the top of the head and circle with pads of the fingers, massaging into the scalp and liberating any sense of holding or stagnancy on the top of the head. Just enjoy this process. You might imagine a loved one's hands massaging your head if that feels better to you. Be sure to take a moment to really anchor tips of the fingers into the scalp and shift the skin side to side so it's not grabbing so tightly on the bone of the scalp. If you can get thumbs to the base of the skull, do little circles here. Keep stretching muscles of the face. Let the whole body kind of wiggle and squirm so that nothing's too serious. Massaging especially into that soft spot at the base of the skull, top of the spine. Even take your fingers in there and do little massages. Good. How about little soft drumming on the head? So soft fists and just sort of wrapping the hands on top of the head, waking up any little sleeping cells in the brain. Lengthening your spine into that drumming. Feel free to keep wiggling any part of the body that you desire. And then how about just taking the hands and sort of lifting the skin of the forehead by pressing palms into the temples. Just do a little face lift here. And then you can align fingers along the scalp. in two columns facing each other, and gently draw the fingers away from each other, massaging into this front space of the forehead. Index fingers coming along the bridge of the nose. Go ahead and just press out the sinus here. Nice deep breathing. If you need to adjust the pose, you can release the feet at any time. And then how about fingernails just gently tapping above on the eyebrows and down along beneath the eyes, stimulating healthy blood flow to our vision. Good. And then index finger behind the ear, first three or bottom three fingers in front of the ear, and just do a little reaching up and then gently pulling down on the jaw here, massaging your face, whispering sweet little love poems to yourself about how much you love this beautiful body temple exactly as it is, how grateful you are. And then come into the ears and gentle massage of the skin on the ears. Make sure to get around the back side, get into the inside with your index fingers. Little rolling of tips of the fingers here, breathing. If you like to wave your knees a little bit side to side and feet are on the ground, feel free. Just be careful on the low spine, not to overextend. Good. And last, take tips of the fingers or pads of the fingers and just circle on the bottom of the jaw and sort of unhinge the jaw a little bit here. Supportive breath. Good, let's take a deep breath and we'll reach arms up overhead. Some of us can lift our hips a little bit, and you encourage that blood flow to rejuvenate all of the little pockets of the face and the brain that you have just liberated. So take a deep breath and squeeze the low of the body, and then exhale and you can settle and soften down, slackening the arms. Good, let's just come into an oxygenating breath and we'll dive into our first resting posture. Arms right over the center of the heart like the steeple of a church. We're going to take a double inhalation and double exhale through the mouth. This time we'll do it by opening knees and arms towards the floor. So double inhale to open the body like you're stretching a great big piece of taffy, and then exhale and close the body shut. So do it together, double inhale and relaxing. Again, drawing fresh breath, cleansing the lungs, keep going. A couple more times. Reaching the arms away from the heart. And last time, we'll open the arms. Good. You take hands into the heart. Release the hands down and away. So just notice how you feel. Turn the inner gaze up to the point between the two eyebrows. The affirmation for bridge pose. My every thought is a bridge to divine grace. Just take a moment to feel the inner posture align with that affirmation. My every thought is a bridge to divine grace. My every thought is a bridge to divine grace. Let's just wake up fingers and toes. When you're ready, you can lift your hips off of the support of the pillows and just slide them out of the way, and pay very close attention as you slow motion lower the hips down to the ground. Take arms broad, great anchors of support, and wave the knees side to side. Look to the opposite direction of the knees falling. And feel the sense of liberating energy in the low of your spine. We're going to set for a twisting pose. So center your pillows over onto whichever side of the body you'd like to start. If you're coming over to the left, pillows are on the left, and vice versa. I'll show you on the right side for ease of the practice. So you're going to extend your leg closest to the pillows all the way out. If you're on the right side, go ahead and lift the left knee and roll over all the way over, gathering the knee onto the bolster, both arms gathering over to the side. If you need a little cushion underneath your head, take a folded blanket or a throw pillow. Only when you're ready, you can begin to draw your top arm out and over, maybe to the heart, maybe to the shoulder. Some of us all the way out over into the unknown. And take your time to close the eyes and rest in the pose. Nice deep breathing as you arrive. You might feel the sun rays of grace shining upon your body, and the stresses and the worries and the involvement with the outer world sort of evaporating from the skin, evaporating from the mind. Within us is this beautiful inner paradise that we can steep back into. So breathe slowly and deeply as you feel inner conflicts resolving simply by withdrawing yourself from the conflict. Your heart is like a blooming flower, and with the coaxing of this sunlight of grace shining upon you, the heart softly begins to open. It doesn't need to be pried, it doesn't need to be healed or fixed, just the gentle coaxing of the slow in and out cycle of the breath, the softening of the boundaries of the skin. If you feel anything in the heart rising for purification, let it be like the incense wafting upward to the point between the two eyebrows. Feel the hands of grace encouraging this upward wafting as tension, worries, and stresses are evaporating from your inner experience. And also feel the liberty to honor the need to move in any pose. So if you feel that you need to kind of squirm, if the body's not quite ready to just drop into the stillness, take this practice into your own hands. If it's articulating fingers or maybe reaching away from center of the heart through tips of the fingers as you inhale and then exhaling and softening. Nice deep breath. And let's have this beautiful, it's one of my favorite songs by an artist. His name is Swami Kriyananda. And it's just such a special tune. So let's enjoy this here as we feel the heart opening.
What do you feel the night may reveal? Darkness can't harm you, its fears are unreal. Light will enfold you, just open your heart. Let peace through your dreams gently steal. Good night, sweetheart, I'll see you in the morning. Till then, sleep tight, sweet dreams. Starlight, sweetheart, your silken hair adorning, bring silvery beams. Though separate for a while, the memory of your smile will linger in my heart and bless me. Now flow, sweetheart, all cares and troubles scorning, adrift on astral streams. What do you feel the night may reveal? Darkness can't harm you, its fears are unreal. Light will enfold you, just open your heart. Let peace through your dreams gently steal. Good night, sweetheart, I'll see you in the morning. Till then, sleep tight, sweet dreams. Starlight, sweetheart, your silken hair adorning, bring peace on silvery beams. Though separate for a while, the memory of your smile will linger in my heart and bless me. Now flow, sweetheart, all cares and troubles scorning, adrift on astral streams. Now flow, sweetheart, all cares and troubles scorning, adrift on astral streams.
Just allowing a few moments for the essence of that beautiful lullaby to stir in your heart. Noticing the way that you feel in your body in these moments. Returning back to your childlike nature, one breath at a time. Center the awareness in the heart so that you can feel the heart as the receiving station in the body. Whatever arises in your heart, whether it be bliss, whether it be sadness, any feelings, keep offering them up. And we'll introduce the smallest amounts of movement here, just stirring enough that we can begin to think about exiting the pose. When you are ready, you can slowly come onto the back. And some of us like the idea maybe of coming into a little ball and just rocking side to side. Just stay with that inner sense of softness and the joy. If you'd like to come into your happy baby pose, feel free, rocking side to side. Letting go of any further pretense, arriving as you are in this moment, pure expression of bliss and being. What a relief it is not to have to present ourselves a certain way. We can just return to pure sense of inner bliss and calm. When you feel ready to walk your way over to the other side, then just very gently extend the opposite leg. You transfer your pillows and make sure you roll all the way over onto your side with both hands gathering. And this just ensures that the knee has a place to rest. And then you might begin to think about unraveling the top arm and coming into your opposite twisting position. Keep the eyes closed if you can. We'll have another chant to take us into our practice here together. Anything that you need to soften your way into the pose, keep the awareness internalized. And again, just know that you have the permission to honor the need to move. If the body feels restless, then awaken subtle movements, especially parts of the body you're not used to moving. Maybe it's the head rocking side to side. Maybe it's just the tidal rhythm of the breath beginning to wash up on the shores of the muscles and the bones. And we'll take this chant into deep relaxation.
Dal mio cuore ti chiamo, Signore. Quanti anni che piango per te. Quanti anni che sogno vederti. O Signor, oggi vieni a me. Non lasciarmi più così solo qui, sono sempre tu, verrai tu. Long I've called you my Lord, long I've called you. Many years I have longed for your sight. Bathe the darkness with tears of devotion. Offered candles in prayer to your light. How much longer, friend, must I cry your name? I am yours, ever yours. Will you come? Dal mio cuore ti chiamo, Signore. Quanti anni che piango per te. Quanti anni che sogno vederti, o Signor, oggi vieni a me, non lasciarmi più così solo qui, sono sempre tu, verrai tu.
Let your awareness grow in the center of the heart. Tasting the sweetness of the heart center. With love, there is always joy. And with joy, always love. Let the body remain still. No matter your inner experience, feel a gentle expansion of whatever feeling. Lifting the inner gaze back to the point between the two eyebrows, if it has traveled anywhere else. And resisting any inner temptation for idle wandering of the mind. Better to have a soft affirmation circulating through the mind than to allow the mind to think idly on its own. You might affirm the truth of who you are by saying, I am bliss. I am bliss. Repeat it enough, you will begin to feel that inner presence, that inner essence of who you are. Sat Chit Ananda. Ever conscious, ever new bliss. You might feel ancient memories bubbling up into the center of the heart as these words and these songs stir something so intuitive inside our hearts. They remind us of a place that feels so much like home. If the flower of your heart is not ready to open fully in this moment, worry not. Just keep the blinds open and allow the sunshine of grace to shine freely. Allowing all damp worries to evaporate. When you are ready to invite any bit of movement into the body, just let it be only enough to stir some awareness to rise out of the pose. In this pose, we're actually going to press our way from the earth. So take your time. We're going to have one knee laid on top of the other. And we'll take our pillows behind us. And we're going to come to another twisting pose, just to liberate any sense of restlessness that might still be in the body. So the ending of this pose is just to turn yourself down and lay onto the bolsters or to the pillows. So the closer that you have them to the body, the more support they'll provide. Make sure that your head and your neck are supported, and then just lay the body down. If you'd like to turn your head in the opposite direction to intensify the pose and the twist, feel free. You can look in the opposite direction of the knees. But do try to forget about the body. Let the body rest and recalibrate, energize, recharge. Come right back to that sense of inner sweetness in the heart. Eyes remaining closed. We'll have a bit of a stronger chant by Ram Smith, a beautiful voice, very devotional. This is the hymn to Brahma, which is singing to the infinite.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Bimalamachalam Sarvade Sakshivutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tvam Namahami Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Chasaka Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Momo Deva Deva Thou art my mother, my father thou art. Thou art my brother, my friend thou art. Thou art my wisdom, my wealth thou art. Thou art my all. Light of lights art thou. Thou art my all. Light of lights art thou. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Sanstita Namaste Shai, Namaste Shai, Namaste Shai, Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Prema Rupena Sanstita Namaste Shai, Namaste Shai, Namaste Shai, Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Jyoti Rupena Sanstita Namaste Shai, Namaste Shai, Namaste Shai, Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Anandarupena sanstita Namaste Shai, Namaste Shai, Namaste Shai Namo Namaha.
It's in the silence that follows the chant that we truly experience the beauty of these words, that we feel the reverberations of our own prayers and intentions receiving back in the heart. Moving ever so carefully and mindfully so as not to disturb the inner state that you're cultivating. Very gently, we'll just transition to the other side. So any way that's natural for you to do so. It can be quite easy just to roll the knees over in the other direction. But move slowly, there's no rush. There's no sense of immediacy. And once you arrive, make sure that it's equally comfortable as your first experience and lay the body down. You might take a respite in between if you need to, finding a few long, deep breaths, but keep everything internalized, eyes closed, and then lay yourself into the posture. Allowing the healing to take place. You may notice in between the postures as you untwist that we are freeing energy from the low regions of the spine. We are breaking free any blockages that keep us held down in the density of separation consciousness so that you're free to rise again into your childlike, joyful nature. Come back into our chant and then steep in silence together.
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Jnana Rupena Sanstita Namaste Shai, Namaste Shai, Namaste Shai Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Sanstita Namaste Shai, Namaste Shai, Namaste Shai Namo Namaha. Thou art the divine mother of the universe. Thou art infinite love. Thou art love, thou art love, thou art love. Thou art unconditional love. Thou art the divine mother of the universe. Thou art infinite bliss. Thou art bliss, thou art bliss, thou art bliss. Thou art ever new bliss. Thou art the divine mother of the universe. Thou art infinite peace. Thou art peace, thou art peace, thou art peace. Thou art inner peace. Thou art the divine mother of the universe. Thou art infinite light. Thou art light, thou art light, thou art light. Thou art the infinite light. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Prema Ruperna Sanstita Namastashay, Namastashay, Namastashay Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Jyoti Ruperna Sanstita Namastashay, Namastashay, Namastashay Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Anandaruperna Sanstita Namastashay, Namastashay, Namastashay Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Ruperna Sanstita
Shift the inner gaze to the point between the two eyebrows, and let's just pause in stillness here. Shifting awareness down to the heart. Notice if anything is awakening for you, if the awareness, your consciousness feels that it's expanding. Maybe you feel inner experiences that are new to you. Maybe you feel like you're returning home. When you're ready, you can slowly begin to rise out of the pose, and we'll set for our final resting posture for the class this evening. We set in the most common of restorative yoga poses, the supported fish pose. So you take your supports behind you and pull them nice and snug right to the base of the spine. And then you can slowly lower down on the forearms. Now you might open your eyes just enough to take a look for a moment. If your chin goes higher than your nose, it's very hard to relax here. So just go ahead and find a blanket or an extra pillow or support, and make sure that you are supported in the back of the neck. Your palms can turn up facing the sky. For some of us, we're more comfortable by joining feet to the ground, and we just stay in this position. Others of us, we may let the knees open wide and use the support of pillows to keep this openness throughout the body, throughout the inner experience. So take a few moments here just to find your way in to this posture in a nice, comfortable position. And as soon as you arrive, if there's any final movements you need, please feel free to indulge, but then forget the body. Center all of your awareness into the spine, starting at the tailbone. Every aspect of your practice has been leading to this moment of experience. Every softening of the physical body, every relaxation of the mind and the emotional body. The rhythmic recalibration of the breath and the energy flowing in the body. Now is your opportunity to really feel the effects of your practice, both the postures and the power of devotional music. If you have a blanket, now is a great time for a blanket. You can put something over the eyes if the room is too fully lit. And you keep following that awareness up the spine until it rises into the center of the heart. You might let it glow here for a few moments, and allowing grace to guide your inner experience. And you can keep rising beyond the heart as is natural, right to the base of the skull, the top of the spine. Allowing a few moments here to feel a sense of dilating or opening through the backside of the skull. And if you still have body consciousness, awareness of the body, feel that there's a great flow of energy pouring into these newly opened areas with greater physical, mental, and emotional freedom through your body. There's more opportunity for you to be refilled with divine grace. Especially soften the boundaries of the skin. Let everything become semi-permeable. So there's a greater capacity for you to expand as a field of consciousness. When it's natural in the evolution of your inner experience, shift all the awareness to Agya Chakra, the point between the two eyebrows. You relax the space of your forehead like you had a cosmic projector in the center of your brain, broadcasted through the screen of the mind, beyond the brow, and out into infinity. Relaxing into greater sense of expansion. There's no limit to your consciousness. Respect how far it is ready to expand. We're going to take the final moments of our practice in a deep silence and stillness. Just receive. Remaining perfectly still. Inwardly expansive. We are all arriving back at different times, so please honor your process. When you do find yourself arriving back into a more ordinary consciousness, familiar consciousness, let that consciousness observe the qualities of your experience. Even before we move, let it notice the quality of deep relaxation in the muscles and what it feels like to be floating in the body. And let it notice the quality of the breath as it's long, uninterrupted, rhythmic, satisfying. And even let it become aware of the very way that you identify who you are in this moment. More than just body or restless mind. There is a presence within you. Let it be natural. As movement does desire to inspire back into the body, you're most welcome to respect your own inner authority of intuition. If you want to take any stretching of the body, you're most welcome to. If it's arms out to the sides or arms overhead, it could be legs long. Cherish this moment. Cherish this moment. All paths will lead us back to a seated posture. Now, if you feel particularly moved by the posture that you've been in and you need to roll off to the side in order to push your way back up, that might be more comfortable. Slow your process down. For those of us arriving in a comfortable seated pose, you want your palms to face up on the lap, and as is available, draw the palms upward lifted to the top of the thigh. This will draw your elbows slightly behind your body, and it will keep your heart open. Your spine is easily compared to a garden hose, and when it's bent or it's kinked in certain ways, it prevents the upward rise of flow. So let the body and the muscles remain relaxed, spine nice and tall, energetic, all of your attention rising to the point between the two eyebrows. If this is a new practice, you might tap a couple times here, just on this point, activating a little bit of awareness. Some of us even tap on the top of the crown, help us sit a little bit taller. And let's just close the eyes for a few moments to notice the way that we feel in this moment. It can sometimes be a little disorienting to all of a sudden come back from such an expansive state into the personality, into the body, into the room all of a sudden. For others of us, it's blissful, and this is home to us. So let's just respect our experience and give thanks and know that it's perfect for you. Draw awareness to the heart and see if you can feel the response from your practice. Does the heart feel any different than it usually does? Just keep offering up Om, Om, Om. Energy always rising. Om, Om, Om. When you're ready, you can inhale and sweep the arms, just reaching out into the circumference around the body, feeling the great sense of presence through your arms, and we'll gently descend on exhale, settling hands into prayer right in front of the heart. Lift your heart to meet your hands in this devotional pose. Let's use these moments in closing of our practice to share freely the grace that has descended into us, the grace that we are steeping in every moment of our lives. Let's pray for the upliftment of others who maybe are not aware of the practices to cultivate inner peace within themselves. Let's pray for all those souls who may be struggling throughout the world. If you know anyone personally, personal prayer is very powerful. Prayer can be just an intention for their well-being. The highest prayer is always to pray for the best and highest good of those we are praying for, so that our desires don't get in the way. Sometimes the best and highest good doesn't look like what we may have imagined, but let's pray for that best and highest good of all beings everywhere. You can rub your palms together, generating a little bit of heat. So we'll extend the palms out. Notice if there's any sensation in the palms. Taking a deep breath, we'll join an Om together, inhaling to begin. Join the hands back together in prayer. We take a gentle bow of the head towards the hands in prayer. We bow to that place within us, the essence of who we are, each one of us, as unconditionally loving, spontaneously kind, joyful, blissful, humble, calm, poised, all our soul qualities. We bow to that potential within us. And we bow to that potential within all beings by saying namaste, namaste. So you take your time coming back to the room. Please do not feel that you have to open your eyes right away. Just easy does it.